Washington Pod presents EARL Nightingale.
Minneapolis sent me something quite nice and interesting by Jean Emmett Clark, a doctor of divinity. Have you been working like a horse? I've been thinking about that expression, he wrote, and at least one horse I can name has earned a pretty fair hourly rate. Someone has figured out that the racehorse Nashua earned more than $1 million in a total racing time that added up to less than 1 hour. And that's pretty good pay. Of course, we know that many, many more hours went into preparing for that winning hour of racing. But there's something else here that interests me. What is there about a horse like Nashua that made him such a consistent winner, made him so valuable? You'd probably pay 100 times as much for a horse like Nashua as you would for an ordinary racehorse. But is he 100 times faster? No. To be a consistent winner and to be worth 100 times as much as the average, he needed only to be consistent in finishing just ahead of the rest. All he had to do was win a good share of the time by a nose to be worth 100 times as much as an also-ran. And so it is with human beings who are on top in the game of life. A writer in a national magazine made the assertion that the difference between the man of achievement and the man of mediocrity is a difference of only about 2% in study, application, interest, attention, and effort. Only about 2% separates the winner from the loser. A boxer can win the world's championship simply by winning one more round than his opponent, or even by being only a point or two ahead. And this narrow margin can make the difference between fame and fortune or never being heard of again. It's often a matter of only 2%. We have no idea of what a change we could make in our results if we would simply add that 2% more time and effort than the average person is willing to put in. You think you're doing all you can? Well, no one's doing his best who can do better. Just doing 2% better than your usual average job could improve your results 100-fold. It's something to think about. Yes, it is something to think about, Dr. Clark. Professor David C. McClellan, professor of psychology at Harvard, said the question of what happens to our civilization or to our business community depends quite literally on how much time tens of thousands or even millions of us spend thinking about achievement, about setting moderate, achievable goals, taking calculated risks, assuming personal responsibility, and finding out how well we have done our job.